Oh, my eyebrows look good. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the makeup look that I have on right here. It's kind of like a get ready with me, showing you how I do my red lip makeup. One of you guys actually recommended I do this video on my TikTok. Sophie actually asked me to do this video. I feel like this is the first makeup video of 2022, so I thought why not bring it in with style with the makeup I've literally been wearing for the past 5-6 months. She commented on one of my TikToks. Let's say it here for you. But yes, if you want to see how I did this makeup look, then just carry on watching. Disclaimer, as I always say at the beginning of my makeup videos, this is how I like to do makeup. I don't judge people on how they do the makeup or how they want to wear their makeup. They do them, it's their own identity. I feel like makeup is how you express yourself, like it's how you portray yourself, how you identify yourself. So no hate on anything I do, that if it might not be right, if it might not be what everyone else does, if it might not be kosher. Because this is just how I like to do my makeup. It works for me, it stays on very, very well, and I've had no complaints on it, so... But yes, anyway, let's just get straight into the video and I hope you enjoy. So please excuse my bare face. Mother Nature kindly greeted me with loads of spots. I feel like every time I film this video, I've always got a spot, but hey, 23 and still getting spots. I mean, that probably means I've got nice, youthful skin. But at the same time, I do get breakouts. We are all human. But yes, this is what my skin looks like pre-makeup. I do try my best to look after it, as of course, you know, I'm getting to the age of 25. When the collagen in your skin stops producing at the rate it does, it's all going downhill from there. But anyway, yeah, the skin's looking the way it is. Please just ignore that. The first thing which I've done off camera is I have primed my face using the Revolution Pro Matte Primer. I like to give it time to settle in before I start makeup, so I've done that just before I started filming. But I always use a primer because I feel like my makeup just lasts 10 times longer with primer. And now I'm going to be taking the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation in the shade F8. Again, this is not the right shade for me at this time because I am pale as and this only matches when I've got a bit of a tan. As my sister and my family always point out to me, yes, I know I need to buy a lot of foundation for the winter months, but I've not found, because of COVID and everything, I won't be able to go in and try samples, so I don't have a foundation for my paler skin at the minute. But I use this more as a concealer anyway, because I use, if you're new to my channel, I use a powder foundation. So yeah, I don't do my makeup like everyone else does, but this is just what works best for me and it lasts all day, and I get compliments on my makeup, so I don't really care. I feel like makeup is your own way of doing it, and this is just my way of doing it. So yes, I'm going to take my number 7 mirror so I can actually see what I'm doing. But I just pop this under my eyes, a bit under my eyes, a bit on my chin, a bit on my top lip, down my nose, and then I do, that sounds disgusting, and then I do a T on my head. And then I just blend that in. That's just to cover, to get extra cover, as I said, on my spot prone areas, and also to care for the bags under my eyes because she tired. So now that that is all blended in, like I said, that's just like a base layer, so like I've got a bit of colour back in my skin and it's covered problem areas. I then go in with my favourite foundation. You all know what it is. It's the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Powder Foundation in the shade Natural 11. I discovered this, God, how old was I? I think I just turned 18, and I was in Debenhams, rest in peace Debenhams, and was looking around because I was like, I really want foundation, but no foundation works for my skin, because I used to use like, I want to film this video one day. I want to do like how I used to do makeup before and how I do it now, because when I used to do my makeup, God help me, God help us all. But I used to use a Revolution foundation, but it just was so patchy, it'd stick because my skin was like, it's like combination, so it's like dry and oily, it just stick away, it looked shocking. So I went into Debenhams, spoke to a lovely lady in there, and she recommended this foundation. I've never looked back. I bought it ever since because it's just the best. Because it's a powder, of course, so it sticks to the oil and it doesn't make the dry bits dry, which is amazing. And then I take the brush that I also bought with it. It's just this really flat, slanted brush, don't know if you can see. And then I just pat that into the skin over the top of what I've already done. and that just gives me a good base to work on. Like if I'm having a really good makeup day as well, I can just literally tap it in, wipe it all over, and the job's done. But I need a bit more coverage today because of problem areas. Now that I've done that, I will then take another powder, which is probably like, Chloe, why are you powdering your face up so much? But trust me, it lasts all day. We'll try and test it. I've gone to work all day and I've gone a night out and it stayed, so can't complain. But this is the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the shade 006 Warm Beige. I've used this since I first ever started using makeup. I've not really ever switched. I feel like powders just, doesn't matter what brand, they just do the thing, don't they? I just take a big powder brush. My brushes that I use are Spectrum makeup brushes. I've honestly had them for years. They're the like Zodiac range. I got them I think I treated them to myself one birthday when I was like 18, 19. So I've had them ever since. My Holy Grail brushes. I feel like brushes are just things you use till literally falling apart. I do need a good wash though, so please excuse the state of my brushes. I feel like I can also do powder without a mirror because I feel like it's just natural to just buff it all in. I'm moving on to my favourite step. This is where I get my colour and the shape back into my face. So I take my Milani Baked Bronzer. You all know about this because I rave about it so much. In the shade 09 Dolce. It's just the nicest bronzer. And then what I do is I take my bronzer brush, it's very damaged. I probably need a new one because it's literally disgusting. Swirl it in the bronzer, and then what I do is I do a 3 down my face. So I'll start on my forehead, buff it in here, take it down the side of my face. This is probably where the sleek head didn't come. I should have done the hair afterwards, but it's fine. And I'll do down the cheek. I pull the weirdest face while doing makeup as well, so no judgment because I feel like every girl does it. And then we just go under the jawline as well, just to snatch that. So yeah, now I'm going to do the other side. Like, look how much of a difference it makes. I love it. So now that I'm nice and glowy and bronzed, next step is highlighter. Like I say, I don't use every single makeup product out there. I've not ever touched blusher. I feel like blusher scares me a bit. I'm quite intimidated by blusher. I don't do eyeliner because I am shit at eyeliner. I have the shakiest hands. I probably won't be able to do it. My sister can do eyeliner amazing, but I'm just not that gifted, so I'm not even going to attempt. What other makeup products do I use? I don't use eyelashes because again it's too precise for me. I just like doing the basics. Yeah, now I'm going to take my highlighter, which is the Doll Beauty Doll Light highlighter in the shade Shine Bright. This is my favourite highlighter, and are you ready for the glow? I love doing this every single time. Are we ready? Let's do it with a mirror so I can see what I'm doing. Guys, you ain't even ready for it. So, put it on the tops of my cheekbones. Oh. Put some on the end of my nose. On the bridge of my nose. Tiny little bit, and I mean a tiny bit. Try not to put it on the spot, on my forehead. And a little bit on my chin. I don't do any on my Cupid's bow because I've mentioned it in, I think, a last makeup video that I did. It gave me a bad flashback on my photos and made my lips look... Oh, don't want to see that. The next thing I do is I actually use my setting spray. At this point, you probably think, Chloe, why? But I feel like after I do this, it just blends makeup in so nice together, and then I can just do like what I do on my eyes and then my lips, and basically I'm done. Take the Revolution Glow Fix Illuminating Fixing Spray. This is my favourite setting spray ever. I've tried it at Urban Decay and I'm sorry, but it does not work on my skin. When I bought it, I was so excited. I was like, right, this is going to be like the best. I'm going to be like fixed on this and go buy it all the time. It just wasn't it. It clung, and it made this like makeup flaky and fall off my skin. I don't know if that's just my skin being my skin, probably is, because everyone else raves about it. But this, it's cheap and cheery, it's under a £5, and it works wonders, so I'm just going to stick to my Revolution. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Let's give this a spray. Give it a second to soak it in. And then what I do is I take my powder brush and I just go in and blend. So like the bronzer and the highlighter all blend in together. And just do it on my forehead. So then it just looks like, instead of like blocks of colour, it just like all blends together. This is just what works for me again. Some people might be like, what are you doing? But this works for me. And I'm going to keep on doing it. So that's basically the face bit done. Now we're going to move on to my eyes. Now, because I am doing a red lip, I don't do eyeshadow when I have a red lip, because I feel like you've got to do one or the other. It's either you do loads of eyeshadow and a nude lip, or you do red lip and like nothing on the eyes. I feel like that's just the way it goes. I mean, you could probably do both, but that's just not me. So I'm going to take my favourite mascara, which you all know what it is. It's the Sky High Maybelline New York Sensational Sky High Mascara. I'm going to put this on the top and the bottom lashes. Now prepare for mascara face, because it is not pretty. I know else like hold the breath when I'm doing mascara, because I feel like I don't breathe when I'm doing mascara, and then I'm like when I'm finished. But the mascara is on. It just makes my eyelashes, like my eyelashes, I'm gifted with long eyelashes, but it just makes them 10 times. Chef's kiss, makes them look beautiful. So then we're going to do my eyebrows. Now, since discovering tint, I've never looked back. Like, I love getting my eyebrows tinted because they're just, the shape is mwah. But I am due to go for one soon, so my eyebrows are not looking as good as what they did when I first had them done. So when I first get them tinted, I literally don't touch them, I just leave them as they are. But as they start to get towards the end and I'm due to go have them done, the colours start to fade. I do come in with my favourite products, my Benefit products. So I'm mainly going to use, this is like a set. However, this Gimme Brow gives me really bad flashbacks, because I'm just going to insert the photo of me in first year of uni with, when I just use this on my eyebrows. My eyebrows look shocking, so I'm kind of a bit intimidated to use that again, but I did buy them in a set, so I do have them. But I'm just going to stick with these two. So I'm going to first go in with the Precisely My Brow pencil in the shade 5, which I think is the second to darkest, I think. See, how did you catch it on camera? That would have chuffing majorettes trick. And basically what I do, because I've got, this eyebrow is 10 times better. I hate this eyebrow so much. This eyebrow is actually not too bad, so what I just do with this is I just draw in where there's like a few sparse hairs. So I've got a few sparse hairs at the front, so I'll just colour in the front. I'll go on the top of the eyebrow because I don't have a lot of hair there. And that's really about it. I don't do loads to them anymore like I used to. Like I used to literally have to draw the shape of them in. And I don't know why. I think because I'm inexperienced with makeup. I used to draw my eyebrow like down to where my eye started, which looking back on photos is not the best. So when it does get to the point, I do just like leave it as natural as I can, because I feel like the natural look looks 10 times better. Now with this eyebrow, I've got to follow along with this eyebrow, so I've got to fill in mostly on the top, because this eyebrow, from when I overplucked it when I was 17, it's got no hair, none. Girls, one more thing I can tell you, never pluck your own eyebrows. Always get someone else, someone who's trained or qualified to do them, because you will regret it, like I do. I feel like Mother Gothel. Don't forget it, you'll regret it. Mother knows best. She does. Mother does know best. My mum did tell me, Chloe, don't pluck your own eyebrows. What do I do? Pluck my own eyebrows. So I just fill in the top bit so they're a bit more symmetrical. Again with the point, I just leave it a bit natural, just kind of lightly go over it. And then the front of this eyebrow is actually not too bad because I've let it grow in a bit. I'll just finally fill it in. I just do like hair strokes, if that makes sense. So I just draw little lines to just add into the gaps. You know what I mean? I feel like it works pretty well. They look okay. As I always say, eyebrows are sisters, not twins. And this sister, we're not even going to talk about her. So then what I'll do on with the other side is a little spoolie brush. So I'll just brush that through to make sure the product's all evenly distributed. And then I will go in with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. This is just a clear gel. So on some days, like if I've got the tint freshly in, I'll just put this on just to like stick them down, make sure they don't move out of place. But for this case, we're just going to brush it through. Just set them in place to make sure they ain't going anywhere. I've never been one of them girls to like experiment or like try use or with their eyebrows. Like that soap trend terrifies me. I know it works for some people, but not for me. Nada. Brush through. So that is the eyebrows done. Now moving on to probably the most daunting bit of this whole look. So I'm going to do a red lip today. And the lipstick I use is probably one that should have gone in the bin years ago, but I still use it, which is probably really bad. This is the Zoella favourite, the Rimmel Kate Moss in the shade 107. Don't even know if they do this shade anymore. I've literally had this since I was about 14, which is probably really bad because it's really old. As you can see, it's literally down to the stub. Do need to invest in a new red lip. So if anyone's got any red lip recommendations for a brunette, let me know because I need a new one. But with this, basically what I'm going to do, because I have a underbite, my bottom lip's a lot more protruding than my top lip. My top lip, she's not got a lot there. I am happy that I do have a Cupid's bow because I do like the shape of my lips, but she hasn't got a lot there. So I need to just slightly overline the top lip so it matches the shape of the bottom lip. So I will just slightly go over each side and then fill the rest in. Wish me luck, because if does anyone else get this pain when a red lip goes wrong and you've got to go and correct it, you're just like, oh. So we're going to go slow and hopefully it goes okay. Pray for me, guys. So I did have a tiny little mess at the end, which we're not going to talk about. But that is the red lip on my teeth. This trick that I do with lipstick to not get on your teeth. You basically take your finger and then it takes off all the excess. That will probably look so wrong, but I don't even care because it means I don't get lipstick on my teeth. And it doesn't come off as easily when you're eating and drinking, because the lipstick that's like around the edges is, the excess has been taken off. So this is the makeup look. I've just turned the lighting down a bit so you can actually see it a bit better, so it's not as overexposed. But yes, I've been loving this look at the minute. I've literally been wearing it all of the autumn and winter months. That is the makeup look. I really hope you have enjoyed watching this video. Let me know if you want me to do any other makeup looks or show you any more of my makeup looks or any more get ready with me's. Let me know down below because I'll happily film them for you. But yes, anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.